It's funny. I was just got off the phone with Vellner. His wedding is in a week. I'm going up there for it, and
Do you represent him too?
I do.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
I've been with Pat forever. I got Pat as a client because of Matt.
Okay.
So Pat asked Matt. They became friendly early on because they're in the same region, and Pat said, "Hey, like I think I need some help with the business side of this," and he said, "Well, you should use the guy that I work with." So that's how I met Pat. That was like 6, 7 years ago. But we were talking about Hopper and Justin. I was just in Miami on a trip. We were doing filming for Wodapalooza's online qualifier, and Justin and Jason were there. Danielle Brandon, Tola, Bailey, Christy Aramo. And Christy Aramo was like the elder statesman. She's in her 30s. But I was saying that the generation gap's real for me now. Like when I met Pat and Matt, they were like, in their early 20s, and I was in my early 30s. Now in my 40s, and these kids are all 22. And it was like very real, the gap.
Yeah.
On this trip, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to the hotel at like 10 o'clock. Like, you guys have fun tonight,
Yeah. I'm feeling you. When we interviewed Justin Medeiros the other day, I can't believe I'm interviewing a 22-year-old guy.
He's incredible. He's
so young, and I felt the age difference.
It is wild. Like I'm always fascinated with that. Was even with the crop, the the elder crop now, but at 22, I was not thinking about what they were thinking about.
Dude, it was It was pretty crazy. I was doing a study of, because I don't know if you saw, the Pitt Team Throwdown had an 18 and 19-year-old division this past weekend. And I was trying to look back and see like how many times have an 18 or 19-year-old person qualified to the games. And when I was going back and tracking like the youngest athletes by year, I dated back to 2013 for the study. And it's crazy when you get to like 2015, and the top 3 women were Tia, Katrin, and Sarah, and they were all 22, 22, 23 years old and already at the top of the sport.
It is wild. And they'd stayed there for a long time, Yeah, it is fascinating. I mean, Brian, you've probably studied it all, like when peak in strength and, comparatively to men. Matt always talked about it with weightlifting, like women would be better at certain ages. But that is wild considering there is a younger crop of men coming. There is some the girls too. You see Mal O'Brien and Haley, but Justin won. He's winning at this point at that age. It's crazy.
In a very dominant fashion, I might add. Like, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Matt O'Keefe is coming out with a book, a children's book. It's called "When Pat Asked Matt," and it should be released in a few months.